Once you have written in your melody and you've played it to make sure it sounds good, check it with me. Now we are going to move on to the next step of adding a drum beat that works with it. So first, to close out of this piano roll drawing window, you can hit the X over here on the left. And now you can see that piano track that we made is there. It goes from 1 all the way to 17, which means it's 16 bars long. Now, before we go to the next step, we need to make sure our loop tool is on. So we can click that. Yours might be purple, different colors. I want to drag it down to, let's make it 1 bar for now. So now I just go from 1 to 2. Now I need to add a new track here. But I'm going to add a track. And we're going to select we're going to select drums and beats. This brings up our beat making, our beat machine that we've talked about before. Again, you have other windows, so if by mistake you're here in this little drum, which is cool, like if you want to. But you can see I'm just trying to do it with my fingers. It's hard to do, hard to keep it steady, hard to keep it feeling good. So that's why we don't play them. We use these grids in the drawing tools to create them. So you're going to use this, and you should only have one full measure. See how 2 is right there, lit up. You have 4 beats in between, and then even broken down smaller 4 beats of the 4 beats in between. So you have a tiny little grid that you get to work with. So what I want you to do is create a drum beat that you think sounds and works well with your melody. You have a kick. It's going to be like your low sound. Remember, you can turn it on. Start messing with it. If you hear my metronome is on right now, I like to turn that off. And I keep messing around until I get what I like. I'd also like you to add more than just these 3. Hit add. It automatically gives you an open hi-hat, but if you click the arrow, you can pick from these different things that you can work if you want to use different parts of the drum set. I don't really hear that one, so I'm not going to use that. I don't really like that either. I'm going to exit out. So I'm happy with what I have here. And you notice how I took the time to listen, experiment, change up things, add things in, experiment with different sounds. It's that creation time that really makes these projects worthwhile. Don't just hit random things and say, okay, good enough. Really spend some time working with that. Okay, so now I've got my drum beat that I like. Remember, you can change the sounds here too by using the arrows is the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to press play. So I kind of like that sound. You can also mess with these knobs here. You don't want to mess with the pan too much, leave that there. Okay, but have some fun messing around with that until you find something you like. Okay, so once you have that, you can X out this screen. Now you can see my drum beat is 1 beat long. I need to make this last for the entire melody. Remember, you have 2 options when you're extending these. The circle one is the loop one that loops what we did. You can see as I stretch it out, the little drawing is there. However, if I use this one here on the bottom, that doesn't extend what I want. I need it to extend the actual notes I drew in. So I'm going to take the loop tool and drag it out. Now I want to hear what it sounds like without it just being this one little bit over and over. Turn off your loop tool, play it from the beginning. You can mess with your volumes. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, so now before we go on, you have your drum beat here, and you have your melody. I want you to change the sound of your melody from this grand piano sound to something that maybe fits what you have a vibe of. First, turn your loop back on, and now extend it through the whole thing. And now, we're going to change this sound. To do that, you're going to click the little icon here on that track. And now you can see, remember when we flip back, it's that piano roll where we drew it, but we're in the instrument one now. And now I have this, I can click through the different sounds. But for something this big, you can go ahead and click on it and it opens the whole thing. I'm going to sample. I need to find something that's going to sound good with the melody. So I'm going to avoid drums or anything like that. But with guitars, keyboards, synths, strings, brass and woodwinds, you've got a lot of options. You can even see within keyboards, you have different options. You're not obviously going to be able to use all of them. So you can test out different things there. If you want to hear what it sounds like with yours, press play. Make sure it still sounds like an instrument. Yeah, so like that for me, it sounds kind of cool. I don't like that one. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, so I spent the time. Okay, and that also kind of inspires me to maybe change the sound of my drums. And I can also do that by clicking on the icon. And I can use all these different drum beats here. Now I like that. Okay, so you see what a little experimentation can do? Now I really dig what I got going on here. Okay, so that's the end of this next step.